The United States has had a tremendous and influential impact on Puerto Rican culture, and the same thing can be said vice versa. Puerto Rico has also had a significant impact on American culture, contributing in various ways to the cultural landscape of the United States. Many influences from the island on American popular culture are obvious, like salsa dancing and certain foods. However, here are 5 unique things in American culture that you would never have imagined originated in Puerto Rico. Number 5, the Whopper Jr. The Whopper Jr. is a smaller version of the iconic Whopper burger, both of which are flagship menu items of the American fast food chain Burger King. The Whopper Jr. was actually created by accident in 1963 by Luis Arenas Perez, president and CEO of Burger King in Puerto Rico. Upon the opening of the first Burger King restaurant in Carolina, Puerto Rico, the molds for the standard Whopper buns had not yet arrived to the island from the United States mainland, and thus there were no buns to make and sell the company's flagship Whopper offering. Arenas opted for honoring the advertised opening date, but using the much smaller regular hamburger buns locally available. The result was such a success that Burger King adopted it worldwide and called it the Whopper Jr. Number 4, the three-point shot in basketball. The three-point line has become such an integral part of basketball that it's difficult to think the game was ever played without the ability to shoot from afar for an extra point. However, it wouldn't be until the late 60s, early 70s that it would begin to be implemented after several decades without it. Now, the origins of who actually first came up with this three-point shot is debated. However, many insist that the true inventor was Puerto Rico's Eddie Rios Mellado. In 1962, while Rios Mellado was director of sports for the Caparra Country Club in Guaynabo, Puerto Rico, he decided to create a mini basketball league for the small children from ages 6 to 10. According to him, I went to the center of the hoop and I made a line from 10 feet and I tested it. From 11 feet, I tested it. From 12, I tested it. And from 13, I tested it and left it there. That was the birth of the three-point basket. In 1968, the American Basketball Association included a three-point line in its tournament as a measure to try to compete with the most powerful league, the NBA. Although it could be a coincidence, one thing is for sure. Rios Mellado was the first to use it in 1962 in an international tournament for his mini basketball league. Number 3, barbecue. It's hard to imagine American summer days and holidays without barbecue. In fact, it seems so American that it's hard to imagine it originated elsewhere. According to historians, barbecue as we know it today has its roots in Puerto Rico and the Caribbean, particularly among the indigenous Taino people. The Taino used a method of slow cooking meat over a wooden structure called a barbacoa, which Spanish explorers encountered when they arrived in the Caribbean in the late 15th century. From the Caribbean, this concept of barbacoa spread to other parts of the Americas, including what is now the southern United States. In the southern U.S., barbecue evolved further, with different regions developing their own styles of barbecue, characterized by variations in meat, cooking methods, sauces, and seasonings. Number 2, the Pina Colada. In the United States, National Pina Colada Day is celebrated on July 10th, and for good reason, as this drink has become one of the most recognizable drinks in American culture. The exact creator of the Pina Colada is a mystery based on conflicting stories. The two most famous accounts come from two men in Puerto Rico. However, Ramon Monchito is most often credited with the creation of the drink. Monchito concocted the drink while working as a bartender at the Carib Hilton Hotel in 1954. When Monchito first created his pina colada, he made it with coconut cream, vanilla ice cream, and pineapple juice, all put into a shaker with ice. At first, the pina colada was sold in the snack bar as a milkshake, but due to a large number of adults at the hotel, coconut rum was soon added to the mixture and became a crowd favorite. By the 60s, in order to keep up with the orders, Monchito began using an osterizer blender to combine the ice and coconut cream faster. Soon, the pina colada's popularity reached Miami and became one of the best-selling blended drinks in the US and the world. Number 1, the pill. This last one is a bit controversial, as it involves using Puerto Rican women as guinea pigs to test a new pill. The pill being the first birth control pill. The origins of the birth control pill in Puerto Rico are intertwined with the broader history of contraception research and its impact on the island's population. In the mid-20th century, Puerto Rico experienced significant demographic changes and social challenges. Rapid urbanization, poverty, and limited access to health care contributed to high birth rates and issues related to maternal and infant health. During this time, Puerto Rico became a focal point for contraceptive research due to its status as a U.S. territory with a high birth rate and a population that was predominantly Catholic, which traditionally held conservative views on contraception. In the early 1950s, researchers including Gregory Pincus and John Rock conducted clinical trials of the birth control pill in Puerto Rico. They saw the island as an ideal location for testing the pill due to its large population, relatively lax regulations compared to the mainland United States, and the availability of willing participants. The trials involved testing various formulations of oral contraceptives on Puerto Rican women to assess their effectiveness and safety. However, the trials were not without controversy. Some critics raised concerns about the ethics of conducting experiments on vulnerable populations without fully informed consent and the potential for coercion or exploitation. Despite these ethical concerns, the research conducted in Puerto Rico played a significant role in the development, eventual approval, and adoption of the birth control pill in the United States. The data collected from the trials helped demonstrate the pill's efficacy and paved the way for its widespread use as a contraceptive method. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Help us to spread this video by sharing. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more videos.